guys, it's Bastian time. Welcome to this episode of Nintendo News. I'm your host Bastian. Let's get to that first story. So our first story is actually kind of old news at this point. It was actually making headlines kind of early on last week, but I didn't really catch wind of it, or didn't really think that it was that important to talk about, but I kind of really want to talk about it. This should almost be a Bastian rant, but basically it's the fact that PETA went ahead and launched a sort of marketing thing and a little mini game about Pokemon. Because of course there's a new Pokemon release, Pokemon White and Black version 2, and basically they are saying, you know, enslaving animals and forcing them into these tiny capsule things and forcing them to fight each other to the death or whatever is, you know, not exactly that humane and so on. But the thing about this is that they're not being serious. You know, a lot of people are like, they're taking it too far, but they're trolling to a degree. They don't. I mean, first of all, Pokemon don't actually exist. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but second of all, you know, they're just using something that is fictional and silly to sort of point at a bigger issue, which is that there are instances in real life where animals are forced to fight each other. There are cockfights and there are dog fights, and, you know, this is not good. And so I think I'm totally behind them, to be honest with you. I think it's totally fine for them to be using something that is fictional and silly, and they're not being serious, to sort of bring light again to something that is kind of serious. So, I don't know, that's just my opinion. A lot of people are having the exact opposite reaction from me, and are like, you know, PETA's being stupid, Pokemon aren't even real, what, you know, well, they're being too serious about this, and they're not being serious. Yeah, that probably should have been a Bastian rant. Anyway, our next story is about a Skyrim mod that allows you to play in a landscape that looks more like Mario in Skyrim. I guess, I forget what the land is called in Skyrim, but now you can pretend like it's the Mushroom Kingdom. This, of course, is a PC version, and if you want to find out how to mod your PC version to play in the Mushroom Kingdom, there'll be a link for that for you to check out. Our next story is about a super awesome hoodie. It's a Tanookie hoodie, and I wonder why nobody has thought of this idea before. I want it super bad, but I've got terrible news for you guys, which is that almost immediately when this started getting advertised, they ran out of stock. So what they have on the website is a waiting list, which I have added myself to because I want to know as soon as more are available, and as soon as more are available, they'll let you know, and then you'll be first in line to be able to pick one up. And then our final story is completely shocking to me, and it's the fact that the GamePad for the Wii U was actually originally conceived as a device to be used with the Wii, but they decided that that wasn't a good idea and scrapped that idea. But then when they were working on the Wii U, they figured, actually now is the perfect time to do that, so let's do it. So that's kind of cool to see how different ideas get scrapped in different generations and then reappear later. We know that they tried various 3D sort of things for various consoles all the way back, and then eventually brought that forward for the 3DS. And now we know where the Wii U's GamePad came from. Makes me wonder about what sort of things that they're trying for the Wii U that they won't end up using, and that we'll see in the future, so who knows. So that's it for this episode. Of course, tomorrow is the This Week in Zelda News episode, and then the day after tomorrow is This Week in Nintendo News. So I'll see you guys. Bye.